This is one they throw out as a contradiction in the Bible. The book of the generations of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, Isaac begat Jacob, and it goes through all this genealogy in Matthew chapter 1. You get down to verse number 7, it says Solomon begat Rehoboam. And Rehoboam begat Abiah, and it lifts a whole bunch of names in here. And then it says in verse 16, Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. If you look at all these names in Matthew, they don't match the ones in the book of Luke. So they say there's a contradiction. In Matthew, we go from Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, down to Boaz, Obed, Jesse, David. So they're both the same there. In Matthew and Luke, they match all the way up to King David. But when you get to King David and Solomon, it splits from Matthew and Luke. And they say there's contradiction. Oh, it's in there for a reason. Okay? See, Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, the son of Joseph. He was not the son of Joseph. He was the son of God. Mary was his mother. See, when you read it in Matthew and Luke, you got Shealtiel, Zerubbabel, Abiah, got all these names in here, then it changes. Why? Well, one of them's tracing his priestly lineage through Nathan, David's son, Nathan the priest. The other one is through Solomon, the king. See? Genealogy is given in two places, Matthew 1 and Luke 3. Matthew traces the genealogy from Jesus to Abraham. Luke traces the genealogies from Jesus all the way to Adam, traces it backwards. However, there's good reason to believe Matthew and Luke are in fact tracing entirely different genealogies. For example, Matthew gives Joseph's father as Jacob, while Luke gives Joseph's father as Heli. Matthew traces the line through David's son Solomon, and Luke traces the line through David's son Nathan. In fact, between David and Jesus, the only names in the genealogy that are common are Shealtiel and Zerubbabel. Matthew is following the line of Joseph, Jesus' legal father, through David's son Solomon. So Jesus had the legal right to be the king of Israel, sit on the throne. Luke is following Mary's bloodline, Jesus' blood relative, through David's son Nathan, who had the right to be, who was the prophet. Nathan is the prophet all through the Bible. Nathan the prophet, okay? It was one of David's sons. By blending the kingly line of David's son Solomon with the priestly line of David's son Nathan, Jesus had the right to be both king and priest in Israel. Not a contradiction. It's adding more information, if you care to study.